So let's dive into the science a little bit. We're going to talk about fluctuating selection, which is a big sort of scientific term that relates to some of the concepts that Darwin had about natural selection. He noticed on the Galapagos Islands that there was basically the family, the same species of finches, but over time, depending on the conditions, certain beaks would predominate. Okay, so it was all in the genetic material. It's just that the genetic material would express itself differently during different droughts or rainy seasons or different conditions. So their beaks became like different kinds of tools. Like this graphic here shows that you can use for different things, for getting little insects, for cracking a big nut, for getting nectar out of a little flower, or eating a beetle. So each beak was the key to unlock food in a certain situation. So this is a really good way of thinking about why we have different personalities in society, why they persist, why all the variation. It's so that there can be a different person to solve a different problem that comes up within our societies and within our cultures, within our teams. You'll get more problem solvers to solve a problem because of this fluctuating selection that is a thing in science that has to do with our genetic expression. And so when this fluctuating selection is applied to personality, you're going to have people that have better ideas, people that are really stable about ideas, people who see danger, people who aren't afraid of danger, people that see people who don't see people who negotiate well, people who perform tasks really well, people who can let go of tasks and have a good time, people that bring excitement, people that bring stability. You could see each one of these different personalities is the key to unlock a solution for your team. So when you start leading people towards their superpowers and unleashing the awesomeness in each individual, you're going to start seeing this as a tool that revolutionizes the way you start relating to people. And the people around you are going to start to feel valued. And that's what's so important. I can't tell you how much this has changed my life and my perspective on interacting with people across the dynamics from the workplace to the family to friendships. It changes everything. When you can see things through this lens, you're going to unlock a ton of potential in your life as a leader and even as a team member. Working with others, you're going to make things so much better when you can work together based on these principles of personality science. So I'm excited to dive more into this. So here's something else that's unique about having those variations of personality on your team. What does it do to your team? Well, your team is going to outperform other teams by having all those variations. So you can actually select for it when you're building a team, and we're going to need this personality, that personality. So you're not only going to be leading one-on-one well, but you're going to be selecting teams better because you're going to know what personalities you need on a team, and you can get these different ways of thinking to work together on a team. And if your team leaders know how to function well and navigate this, because this kind of variety of personalities can also lead to conflict. I can speak personally to this because my wife and I, when we test on these personality tests, have a lot of different personality traits. And that leads to conflict and sometimes to laughter. But now, more and more, we understand, oh, that's a strength, not a weakness. That's not just weird. This is a problem-solving tool. And you're going to be good at this. I'm going to be good at that. And it brings peace on so many different levels, but it also brings a little bit of rub. So it's something that you're going to need to be aware of. But overall, rather than have cookie cutter personalities, which get along maybe really well, but they don't outperform. They get kind of complacent. They get kind of stuck. Whereas teams with a great variety of personalities are going to move forward quickly and outperform, according to a lot of different studies that have been done in the past by some social scientists.